And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Yes.
Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Crispy, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Rachel.
Dees.
Before we get started on the thing we were going to talk about, I just wanted to point out that when I go, there's 2 points where I'm like, Rachel, do you want to like that? Right before that part, you feel like you have to acknowledge multiple times.
I do.
We should polish that up. We got to figure out a way where there's not
you
like
pause.
a gap.
You pause. So I feel like you're waiting for me to acknowledge.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, but I've noticed that it happens all the time. So I try to push like either one of the gaps together. But if I do it too quick, it doesn't sound right. But if I do it too far, then you feel like you have to be like, yep, or something like that in between. And then the next one requires an acknowledgement. So you just go, yep.
You're like Reyna always saying Dias.
Dias.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a joke from Star Ocean. All right, so we were going to talk about pain that you can feel coming.
Yeah.
Right? So the precursor for what we're talking about was the other day I was drawing a comic and I was trying to explain to Rachel how when you're moving your arm to draw over the course of, 12 to 18 hours, your arm can start to hurt pretty bad. But it's something you kind of get used to. It's not like, it's not, I do it every week, so I get used to it.
Yeah.
But what happened is, as soon as I finished the comic, we played a little bit of this game we were playing, which is mouse keyboard. Yeah. And the way that my chair and my desk are set up is my arm is a little higher than is normally super comfortable. And it sort of, I guess, amplified that pain. And then the next day started playing like right away on that game. And it was just like a consistent pain on the arm or strain on the arm until yesterday around like 8:00. I was like, guys, I can't play this anymore because I felt like the pain from my shoulder was starting to creep up to my neck, which is like a sign of stop doing that, you dick.
Yes.
It was like my body is normally pretty good about just, it hurts, but you got to get this done. Right.
Yeah.
But yesterday I was like, stop playing this game. Stop it now. So that was sort of the thought. We were talking about pain that is about to be worse. Yeah. Like a little discomfort, and then it gets to the point where this is going to suck for me tomorrow if I don't stop right now. Yeah. I think that's an old person thing that we're just now becoming accustomed to.
Yeah. I'm I think kind of prone to Charlie horses. Like especially like right now, just because it's hot and I don't know. I work out a lot, so like I get sweaty very easily, very quickly. But there are times when I get up in the morning and just walking around getting ready for work, I'll be like, okay, my calves are sore right now, and this is not workout sore. This is if you put strain on your calves right now, it will turn into a Charlie horse kind of sore.
So how do you solve that when you're walking around getting ready for work?
I walk around very carefully. I've learned I also have to be mindful of like how I descend stairs. Because I at my workplace there's a flight of stairs that I go up and down all day. And how I usually go downstairs is that I will go downstairs very quickly. And sometimes I'll just kind of like hop the last 2 steps.
Yeah.
And if I do that while my calves are in like Charlie horse territory, it will hurt very bad.
Oh.
So I have to be careful of that. I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of Gatorade. I've started drinking coconut water, which has less sugar than Gatorade, but has like electrolytes and stuff in it to help.
Right.
against like sore muscles and Charlie horses. So that's what I've been doing, but it is something that happens to me like fairly often.
I don't take care of myself at all. I'm like an old American made truck. It'll just last for like a really long time.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I have a lot of rust. You know what I mean? Like on the machine parts. There's some rust, but all the gears are still working.
Yeah.
I don't know. I worry sometimes that the machine parts are going to start failing all at the same time.
Oh no.
So I've been trying to like start to eat better, right? Like to eat food better, which I hear is like the starting point for. I'm not quite going to the gym territory yet. Maybe it'll get desperate and I'll have to, but for now I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I will say that cranberry juice has helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to feel a lot more achy.
Oh.
But now I just don't as much. I think it was just too much sugar during my day.
Yeah.
The cranberry juice that I've been drinking has no sugar, so that's super good.
Thanks.
Have you ever hurt something so bad that even after it heals, it feels like it's still not 100%?
Yeah, I have that with my foot actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was like years ago. I tripped really, really badly, and the part of my foot, like the outside edge of my foot, like where my little toes are, I like bent just that part really badly. And my foot hurt, and it was like really difficult to walk for a while. And now if I push down on that, like even today, like years after, if I push down on it, I will feel that same kind of soreness. And if I like, sometimes if I haven't done any hiking like this year, but when I would take really long hikes, it's like it would stress it. So I don't know if I like cracked some bones or something.
Science words. Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, like it's like it never fully healed. And if I strain it, I can feel like exactly where I hurt it before.
Yeah.
And it was like I tripped. It was probably at least a decade ago at this point.
Oh my god, that's not great. That's not great.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into the context of how this happened, but the knuckles on my right hand are not the same shape as the knuckles on my left hand.
Oh.
Yeah, I lost one of them.
Oh, no.
So make a fist with your hand and count from your index finger down. 1 knuckle, 2 knuckle, 3. The third one is the one that is...
It's gone.
No, it's not gone. I can still feel it. It's just recessed. So, like, this is a funny thing, and my brothers laugh at me all the time about it. If you take your hand and hold your hand, like, open fingers, like, face down. Like, face down, so, like, you're... Yeah. No, the finger's pointing down.
Okay.
Yeah. Now shake your fingers. Now stop. See how they all stop?
Yeah.
My other finger keeps jiggling.
Oh my god.
That ring finger is fucking super loose.
Oh no. You gotta get that tightened.
I need to get the bolts tightened. No, I think I don't, like I said, don't want to go into context of it, but I think something happened to it, and I know exactly what it was. And I don't think it's fixable. I can still draw and everything still feels totally normal. I can use it, just like all of my other fingers, but it very much has a different feel to the other finger on the other finger.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's one of those things where, like, I recognize that it's not 100%, but it's functional, so no harm, no foul.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't need that knuckle, so.
It does look weird when I hold both of my hands out in front of me. That finger is shorter, for sure.
Oh.
It's shorter than the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? It's actually, I'd never noticed this before. It's substantially shorter. Oops. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
It's good to have a new thing that you noticed.
Yeah.
Right now. So yeah, but we were talking about like cricks in your neck, like how you can kind of feel there's a tension in your neck, and you're just like, don't pop this, don't twist that muscle or whatever. And then that is the worst because you have to like look at everything with your head tilted for like, if that muscle gets pulled in your neck, it just looks like you're concerned at everybody. What do you think that makes you feel?
Yeah, one time, this was a few years ago, but I don't know if I like pulled something in like kind of my shoulder. And normally when I do that, I'm uncomfortable for a few days. I can't turn my head a certain way for a couple days, but like I'll do some stuff to kind of like loosen up the muscle, and eventually, you know, within the week it's better. But one time it was so bad, and it went on for like 2 weeks. I ended up like having to make an appointment with like a massage therapist. And I got there and I'd booked like an hour, and I was like, I just want you to concentrate on this one spot. Like, don't worry about any other part of me. Like,
just this is really fucked up.
Yeah, I just need you to work on this shoulder.
I was in a car coming back from work. It was like early morning, maybe like 7 or 8 in the morning. And a bee flew into my car. Like on the interstate, like just flew in through the window. And was in the car. And you know when you have a bee, you kind of swat at it? Well, I was in the car driving, I don't know, 60 miles an hour down, I'll say 60. That's a safe speed limit. Yeah. And so I was like freaking, it looked like a rodeo. Like, you ever seen a cowboy on top of a bull? His arms just swinging around, and he's like hopping up and down in his chair. It's kind of similar to that.
Oh no.
And I was swinging my hand around trying to swat, just like frantic. I was able to stay in the lane and drive, you know, I wasn't going to get pulled over for being reckless or whatever, but my like arm was swinging around this fucking car so aggressively, and I hit the side of the seat. And I don't know if you have this in your car where it's like a seat and then there's the headrest and there are those metal bars. Yeah. My hand, because I'm tall, so like all of the headrests in my vehicle are pretty high. And I swung my hand, and it, like, as hard as I could, hit those metal bars. And I literally just didn't give a shit about the bee anymore. I was like, he'll just sting me, and that'll be that. I was like, whatever he does is fine.
Oh no.
I gotta focus on my hand now. It hurt so bad. And it was just like, I don't know. It's just a terrible thing. If you, I hope that never happens to anybody who's listening to this. To get a bee in the car while you're driving down the interstate is one of the most disorienting, panic-inducing things that can happen. It's just, you know, you don't even have time to inspect. Is this like a hornet? Is he fucking after me?
Is it just an aggressive fly that's really big?
Yeah. No, I'm pretty certain this is a bee. Yeah. And for whatever reason, the fact that he was in the car made him angry, like Yellow Jacket immediately.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So that was a good intro, I think. We got some new fears for people out there driving.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope that never happens to you. I swear. If it does, remember, a bee sting is better than the alternative. So just take the bee sting.
All right. Well, maybe we should go to this week's episode now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So this is Return to Ravenloft, Season 3, Episode 11, Kaeviir's Delivery Service.
Oh, that's a great title.
Yeah.
It's like Kiki's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nobody wants to give me like a DM's pass on getting another set of lucky. I can't get double lucky.
Stacking the lucky feet? Is that what you're asking?
In addition to the 77 languages you want? Or?
I mean, in all fairness, if I'm a mastermind, that can take a 10, so I will succeed. Now, stacking lucky is just flavor. It's just, a little garlic's good. Have you ever tried a lot of garlic?
Salt's great, but have you tried adding MSG?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever grounded directly into your pee hole?
Oh.
Let me tell you, it stings at first, but then you get a little delirious.
Oh my god.
And if you haven't tasted dizzy before, let me tell you.
They call it the San Franciscan fountain pen.
They call it the Chechnyan mudslide.
Oh my god.
Oh man, we are off to the races.
That's actually the noise you make when you get a Chechnyan mudslide.
Oh man.
It's half human and half plane crash. That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So let's see. I've eaten a heart. I've blown up a boat. I have killed a kobold.
I cast Daylight to summon our Uber.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Draga also cast Silence before he died. I don't know if that continues after death or not. I don't know if that's one of those spells that... Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure silence continues indefinitely after death, but that's an entirely different thing.
Have you guys read the mobile feat?
I think I did look at that today, actually.
Very good.
PHB or Xanathars?
I Googled them, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck
You
No worries, I'll find
move like the wind.
Mobile is PHB.
Okay.
Your speed increases by 10 feet. When you use the dash action, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement. When you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn, whether you hit or not. Interesting.
I have a question about that. Then, because I took Sentinel, which means that if someone takes an action to disengage from me and move away, I still get to do an attack of opportunity against them. So how would that work with
they offset
mobile?
each other, and it would function like, oh wait, no, because then it favors one over the other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So what I'm hearing is that if Kaeviir tries to run away from Adrie gets to punch him in the nuts.
Well,
I think Kaeviir would never run away from Adrie.
I'm just
Except
saying,
for he has already once.
Oh yeah.
If like Adrie gets mind controlled to attack Kaeviir, not that that would ever happen.
You know,
Certainly not now that you mentioned it.
How would those two feats interact with each other?
Well, we just used my left foot.
I believe you have to consult a chart and see. It's.
I'm seriously curious.
Day of the week.
I'm opening Reddit right now. There's a conversation.
Of course there is.
D&D people don't even like the game. They just like to argue.
They do. Okay, hold on.
Wait, I like to argue.
I hadn't noticed.
No, you don't. You don't even know what arguing is.
We're arguing right now.
The feat description for Prodigy is just Fire Starter. Twisted Fire Starter.
And the Reddit trend does not say bullshit. Just one guy says, I say mobile wins because as long as you attack the target, you can't provoke it. The other one says mobile as Sentinel says specifically the disengage action, and one guy's like, wouldn't they work like advantage to disadvantage canceling each other out?
Actually, the one that says the action name is actually probably closer to the right. Right?
Oh.
Let's see.
Because if there's a named action, if one gets the byproduct of an action and one declares the action by title.
With Sentinel, it says even if they take disengage.
Yeah.
They provoke an attack of opportunity.
So even if they take the disengage action before leaving your reach, you still activate it. It's still, and then mobile says when you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke an attack of opportunity from that creature for the rest of the turn. Mobile doesn't say anything about disengage.
I mean, unless, David, you foresee this exact scenario happening in this game. We don't have to decide it.
Oh, it's gonna happen. The two of you, it's gonna fucking happen.
I will. Well, I'm not taking that feat yet.
Oh, okay.
So,
someone's trying to say Sentinel beats disengage bonus action. Mobile and fancy footwork don't use disengage, so Sentinel does not beat them.
Right.
So Sentinel wouldn't beat them?
If it
That's what this one guy's saying, but
the one doesn't say disengage, it says dash in mobile, right? The dash action has a byproduct of another effect, but it doesn't actually use that effect. So if Sentinel says,
hold on.
I mean, the wording that I'm looking at.
The book says when you use dash action, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement on that turn.
Right.
And then the next bullet point says when you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke attack of opportunities from that creature the rest of the turn, whether you hit it or not.
It's not using the disengage action. It's part of any standard movement.
Right, but
so then Sentinel does not allow for an attack of opportunity at all. Or because there is no evasion, there's no disengage action for which Sentinel can modify.
No, it says creatures provoke attack of opportunities from you, even if they take disengage. It's not based on the disengage action.
Then it's a flat nonsensical iteration.
Oh no, it's completely that way. Yeah, no, it's when they wrote the two feats.
So then who do you like better? Do you like me or Rachel better? That's what this comes down to. It's the only way to determine.
Sentinel is PHB.
And might I say, D-Walk, that you were very handsome today while making this decision.
They're also both from the PHB, so you can't even look at like additions.
No.
Which one came out first?
You know what? Part of me is like they should not have had an R&D team that we could put a book out with a glaring series of like.
Oh no, dude, we've come across a number of these.
Mm-hmm.
But another part of me kind of likes that they did. Almost, I wish they did it intentionally.
You know what?
I don't think they did, but I wish they made it intentionally. So that way you have to make a ruling.
Hold on. I'm writing this in the back of the book, and I'm going to start taking notes and logging these little things we find. And then one day we're going to do a fucking episode about it all.
We should do like an episode where we just argue about rules.
But
100%.
I think there is something to an intentional rule failure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Because then it makes you have to have this conversation. Nobody understands the rules better than two people arguing for their character to have a benefit. Yeah, I'm taking Poisoner. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We'll get to it later.
No, 100%.
Poisoner's so good.
The problem is now I'm fucking intrigued. Huh. No, I know you're taking Poisoner, but I'm going down a rabbit hole.
No, I mean it's a good question to ask.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I believe the fish will fancy because now they're bringing in fancy footwork.
I don't
Assholes.
know why they're doing that.
Neither do I. The features of mobile fancy footwork be classified as an attack action, as both features are independent of the character made by melee attack against the target that is trying to use a reactionary attack of opportunity against an original character if they strike and flee. So as they would go into turn-based combat where one player is mobile, fancy foot player is sentinel. Players 1 turn, they use the action to strike player 2 with melee, then exiting player's 2 reach. Player 2 uses reaction to attack the player, but because mobile was activated by the melee attack player, avoids the reaction of player 2, automatically misses, or either way you want to spin it. So they're saying because they activated mobile before sentinel?
But they're both from the PHB.
And you'd have to activate one. Whoever had the turn priority would get.
Well, no, and that's the thing though. And I mean that's what he's trying to say is because you would activate mobile first, then it would go over Sentinel. But the problem is Sentinel's written as a reaction. You can't activate Sentinel before mobile.
Yeah.
So
that's a disingenuous argument.
Yeah, oh God, are they standing on their fucking soapboxes? Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna get frustrated as shit. Honestly, in that case, I'd probably have you guys flip a fucking coin or roll a d20. Whoever rolls higher, feet goes first.
Yep.
Okay, but then he isn't allowed to use his divination pre-rolls.
No. This is no. It's just a straight. It would be a straight.
Okay.
Both of you would roll 20.
All
whoever got higher, and you would roll until whoever got higher. I don't give a shit if you guys roll four doubles each or some shit. It's the only way that actually works in my mind is whoever rolls a d20 higher.
Okay.
All right, D-Walk, so
that's the only thing fair.
When you make a damage roll, you ignore resistance to poison damage. So
okay,
that's good.
That is,
yeah.
Do I have anything with resistance damage?
Undead tends to have resistance.
Oh, that's okay. 5e.
You can cut a weapon in poison as a bonus action instead of an action. You gain proficiency with the Poisoner Kit if you don't already have it. With 1 hour of work using a Poisoner's Kit and expending 50 gold pieces worth of materials, you can create a number of doses of potent poison equal to your proficiency bonus. Once applied to the weapon or piece of ammunition, the poison retains its potency for 1 minute or until you hit with the weapon or ammunition. When a creature takes damage from the coated weapon or ammunition, that creature must succeed on a DC 14 con save or take 2d8 poison damage and become poisoned until the end of your next turn. So that's a nice little bonus. I'm going to have a part in the side of my boot where I just kind of take my arrows and go boom, like on the side of my boot.
You mean your boot has like an inkwell for poison?
Sort of. I don't use the liquid poison for arrows.
It was there was an Eberron novel. It was about a assassin turned cleric, and his coat hung down and would not move when he ran because it was weighted by the daggers in it, and certain pouches were lined to carry poison than others. And it was kind of like a Kaeviir coat where he had the different pockets and different things set up, and he had different poisons and shit online in different pockets.
I love a character who looks like he doesn't give a fuck. You ever see those kids at school that don't carry a backpack? They just kind of walk around like they're supposed to be there.
Yep.
That's what I did in high school. And I like the idea of looking like you're not prepared, and yet you just reach into your pocket and be like, ready. Right? So like originally Kaeviir had everything sort of assembled very organized, like hooks and stuff on the inside of his jacket where he'd hang stuff. But ever since I got the deep pockets, I just kind of go throw shit in there. There should be like a Welcome to Cribs kind of episode. It's just each sleeve of my coat. You can see where everything's put away.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I have a small family of gnomes living in this one.
No.
They repair Adrie's armor.
They raise pumpkins and provide me with the seed.
Do you guys eat pumpkin seeds?
No.
I knew it was gonna be somebody. I knew it was gonna be somebody. So gross.
All right. Is everybody leveled?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I have evasion now.
Nice.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Crew. My name is Deez.
And I'm Rachel.
Forget to beat the ball.
Oh my god.
That's how I talk.
I have fun, bye-bye.
Hey, Rachel eats spaghetti out of her hand?
No, I don't.
Yesterday, this is totally sidetracked. Yesterday, me and Rachel were talking, and she was telling me a story about how her cat ate pasta out of the sink when she had put it in the colander, and she's like, you know how pasta gets like all stuck together and like sometimes it'll turn into like kind of like a knot? And I'm like, and she's like, well, my cat got it and like it stuck to, and I was just like,
it's
okay,
all sticky after you.
I'm like,
you let it cool.
I'm like, Rachel, we're just gonna stop the middle of the story. I'm gonna tell you how to fix pasta so that it doesn't stick. And then at one point, it's like you can put a little olive oil or a little butter, but you want to rinse the pasta so that the starch gets off the outside of it when you put it in the colander with cold water. And she's like, so wait a minute, when do you put the butter in? With the water? And I was like, put the butter in the water?
Because I know you're not like that doesn't do anything. And the way you had phrased it sounded like you would put it in with the water while it's boiling. And I was like,
you boil the butter in the water?
And I was like, that can't be right. Let me get some clarification.
Of course it can't be right. It's fucking insane. I'm gonna boil this butter. What kind of crazy fucking Colonial Williamsburg bullshit is that?
To keep the witches out, you boil butter.
Boil the butter. Has to be to read.
Fuck.
Oh my god. Boil the butter. Fuck me, dude. Shit. I was just like, man, Chef Boyardee is saving white people from having to cook pasta. Go Chef Boyardee. Good God. Yeah, putting olive oil in with the water doesn't do anything.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But you can do it to help them slip off of it while you're stirring it when they first go in. Some people do that. But generally, all you want to put in your water is salt,
right?
And a shit ton more than you put in, by the way. Because I don't even know how much you put in, but it's wrong. I'm certain of it. 100%.
I'm so very pissed about this thing that I'm reading because there's a thing here about how to make clarified butter. Now,
you just sit down the butter and explain it.
Yes, the easiest way to clarify butter is over a water bath or double boiler. Makes sense. This allows you to gently heat the butter, to the boiling point. No, butter doesn't have a boiling point. The water within the butter has a boiling point of 212 degrees. What happens next is the water bubbles up out of the butter and evaporates. Yes, but you don't say that butter has a boiling point because it's not right. No. Don't.
Is butter a suspension?
Butter's an emulsion.
An emulsion.
Yep.
Like that song from Aerosmith.
Yeah. Sweet emulsion.
That's the one. I knew you'd get there. I don't know how I knew it, but I knew you would.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have gotten most of the silly out. I'm sure there will be more in the near future, but it's helping me get awake. Getting my brain thinking about who's faster, me or Rachel. Clearly it's me, but whatever.
No. Not you.
I'm wrong, by the way. Well, I'm not wrong. It is an emulsion, but it's a special class of emulsions. It's a colloid. There's a difference between colloids and suspensions, and I won't get into that, but I needed to make the retraction there because I didn't look like an idiot.
Gee,
I was
thanks,
like how
Mr. Wizard.
we all believed Nate when he said it was an emulsion, and we were moving
he's a
on.
Chemist. We
then
didn't realize he was
internally,
an idiot.
Nate was like, "I can't let this stand. I have to."
It is an emulsion, but it's a colloid because it's the dispersion of a solid within a liquid. So
right. It's a Frida colloid. It does paintings, but they're not that great. But we're supposed to pretend that they are.
Okay.
All right. Do you have your port and rolls?
No, but I'll roll them now if you want.
All right.
You want to be part of this shindig over here?
Fine.
I'm gonna roll them independently. Here goes the D20. Oh, sick!
Oh, that was close.
That is excellent. And
what was it?
6 and 8. Someone's failing some shit today.
Oh
6
no!
and 8.
6 and 8.
Here, I'd like to do a statistical sample set here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 14.
You gonna get all your good rolls out?
17. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
There's your good ones. There's your good ones.
I rolled a 14, a 17, and a 15. So
you're fucked.
I bet that people who are like probabilistic fucking mathematicians hear things like, "Oh, you're getting rid of all the good ones," and they just want to kill themselves.
Yes. Yep.
You know.
Hey, Dees, completely away from game.
Yeah.
2 colors.
2 colors?
Yeah, that you like. One a primary and a secondary.
In what context?
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Well, just any color that I like at all, or is it for clothing? Is it for
No, not clothing. For dice.
He's buying you a dildo.
But dice. Oh, I like black and gold. I like black and purple. I like red and I like colors, man.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard. Black and gold if we're just standaloning.
Okay.
Black and gold's pretty cool.
I'll see what I can pull off.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
What does
Hey,
that
yo.
mean?
So
See what I can pull off. Let's hope it's damn undies, boy.
What are you
What?
going to have to enact?
you
a
did say I looked
massive-
pretty earlier.
Eh?
Are you about to have to enact a massive heist to come with to get these dice or something?
No,
Okay.
I bought a couple pounds from Kraken.
Okay.
They each came with
Couple-
like
couple pounds
um,
of dice. That's not how you want to measure that.
well, no, they come with like 8 sets of 12
I like that.
randomly in them.
There should be like a cornflakes box where they just like put 2 scoops of dice in it and mail it to you.
All right. You guys ready?
Ready.
Ready?
All right, we're gonna start with the 2 traveling on the back of a mount, flying through the air.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Oh.
Not that one. We're doing Aladdin in this household. All right. So get your fucking, I can't remember the name of the song. It's a something world.
A whole new world.
Whole new world.
There you
Yes. It's a new whole world.
Ah,
A
all right.
fantastic tube that's full of poo. No one to wipe us down. Or shout or frown.
Somehow
As we're on a
Kaeviir fell
mountain, we
from the
poop on
ride
the ground.
2 stories up, pushed viciously from my hand.
Oh.
All right, as you guys are flying, you reach the Institute. You see it ahead of you. It's definitely had repairs done since you guys were last here. You can see some of it's been magically mended. Other parts, they've cleared out some of the debris. You definitely see more defenses this time.
I'm gonna point to where the lobby or the courtyard is. And we're just gonna hit the ground like like we're supposed to be there.
You guys come in. Yeah, no, full landing. Thrasta slides off the mount and she's like, so this is the Bratslavi Institute?
Yep. And I'm
I
gonna
expected,
be I'm gonna already
more. Go for it.
I'm
Sorry.
already gonna be walking in a direction like headed towards where the offices are.
All right. As you're
Taking
heading
off
that,
my flying
for it.
gloves.
She's kind of looking around in a circle in a way, and then begins to follow you step after step, and she dismisses the mount.
Like step lightly.
The doors open as you reach, and Felix Marone is standing there ahead of you, the headmaster of the school. Professional.
We're here for
What
a
do we owe?
favor.
Straight to business.
Don't
How can
have
we
time
help?
to talk. I have a parcel that needs delivering. I'm gonna tap my pocket.
All right. How can we help?
I could use a portal to Materia Bay. Sure, that's well within your wheelhouse.
Easy. I can do it myself.
Well, let's make it happen.
He begins casting, and
While
He's
he
like-
is, I'm gonna look back at her and be like, "It's easier when people just do things when you ask, right? Instead of having to stand around and argue." Just remember, if you ever have kids, then make sure to always to teach them to listen to their elders.
Light women never listen.
Yep.
she just,
More like Dim, right?
kids, Right.
Mm-hmm. This will be funny later. I'm like, this is gonna be really funny later. You'll get it.
All right, let's get you to Materia Bay.
Not in the water. No funny stuff. I know wizards have a weird sense of humor. Just on the ground would be fine.
As he's beginning to finish the spell. So near the docks, you said?
Docks, yeah, just not over the water.
No, please. Not you.
Right over the water.
He opens the gate. There you go.
Thank you.
Gives a nod. He's like, didn't you have a different armored knight with you last time?
You have to cycle them out.
I'm pretty sure you had Kestrel last time, didn't you?
Otherwise, they grow stale.
All right, well, do your thing.
Thank you. And you're welcome for saving this place, by the way. And I'm just going to walk right through. Come on.
All right. No, Thrasa kind of looks at the guy odd and walks through as well. All right.
What do we see as soon as we come out the other side? I'm very curious. What the fuck?
All right. Opening the map.
I want to roll a perception check the second I roll through. And I'm looking for my boat. I'm looking up and I'm looking down.
All right. Give me your roll.
It's gotta be bad shit.
Bad, please be bad, please be bad, please.
It can't be bad. It can't be bad ever. Oh, look, I rolled a 5, but what I'll take is a 10. So it will be a 25.
All right.
Ain't this a word picture, DM?
Yeah, spread that word butter all over my earbuds. I know the guy who wrote that line, and it's still one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard. Like, normally if you know a person, it takes the edge off. That shit is perennially funny. Spread that word butter all on my earbud. Boil that word butter in the water. Now you gotta leave it in.
I gotta leave that in.
You gotta leave in the admission that you thought you put butter in the water
I didn't.
of pasta.
I asked for clarification because I thought you weren't
Who
supposed
needs
to.
to ask
And the
for
way that
clarification?
the way that you
The
phrased
butter
it
needs to be
like...
clarified, right? There's the clarification.
After how we use butter and Bardic Company, she really had to ask.
I was like, Rachel's over here cooking like an abstract artist.
Oh, good lord.
He's like, when do you add the butter? I'm like, I don't know, when it's stationary and not boiling. There's only 2 phases to pasta: in water and hot, and not. My God. I want to make a cooking book with Rachel.
Oh no.
Cooking with Rachel.
Cooking with
the
Ducky.
book is just, the cover is just burnt. It looks like there's been like fire damage to the exterior cover of the book.
There's my recipe and instructions, and then a red pen that has marked through everything, and then a second recipe has been written off to the side.
Every page is Rachel's recipe with my recipe stapled to the front of it. Oh my God. And what don't we put egg in? There's a whole section of the book, and appendices and egg appendices of things that do and do not contain egg.
It's a page with a table on it. One column's marked eggs go here, and the other one's marked eggs don't go here.
Oh my God. You know what the worst part is? That it can't just be like a binary yes and no, because if you're making the pasta from scratch, there is a moment where you want to put egg in. But I know that Rachel already had pre-made noodles Because she is not making pasta, okay? What is one of your favorite dinners? Tell me that favorite dinner of yours.
I got that recipe off the back of
chicken patty with rice and what? Tell me again. Tell me that fucking Mary Calendar abortion that you have for dinner.
Okay, that's not a favorite dinner of mine. That's just a dinner I make a lot because it's easy.
Right.
And it's a veggie chicken patty that I just stick in the oven, and then one of those microwavable things of cheesy rice cauliflower.
Rachel, time for our favorite game show. Is there egg in that motherfucker? For $500. Is there egg in that motherfucker? We really should get back to the game, but if you guys haven't seen Rachel adding eggs to shit, I highly recommend it. It's better than half the Marvel movies for sure.
Oh my God.
You thought Thanos is bad. Why don't you just make a fucking salad? There's egg in there.
No.
It's scrambled. I don't know.
There's no egg.
Oh god.
Outside of the egg is orange like a Dorito.
Oh my god.
Dees walks in with the Infinity Gauntlet.
It's just egg yolks on the front. You snap your fingers, they all go running.
Oh, you mentioned salad. Now I have to make an aside.
Oh, shit. Are you talking about
No, I
Caesar salad?
I learned a thing today that it's one of sometimes I learn things and I'm like, oh, I'm glad I learned that. That's interesting. And then sometimes I learn things I'm like, fuck, now I have something stuck in my head.
No, we're gonna have it stuck in our heads.
Yeah, long story short, I didn't go into work the first half of the day. I drove down about 20 minutes south of here to go look at this new laboratory that potentially we might move into.
Okay.
Because I needed to evaluate whether or not some of the equipment in there was actually appropriate, because if it wasn't, that was going to take it off the list.
NASA Egg Science Lab?
Well, no. So when we're done, the VP of sales met me there because he wanted to take a look at it too. So we walked around, we did our thing, and then we got out of there. He's like, well, let's go eat lunch. I'm like, okay, that sounds fine. Let's go get something for lunch. And we're in a part of town that, like, throw a dart, hit a restaurant. So I'm looking through and I'm trying to figure out what sounds good. And he goes, what do you think about Hooters? And I'm like,
I think they're all right. I just maybe a moderate size is probably, I think, okay.
Yeah. So he goes, I'll be honest with you. He goes, I don't particularly care for the theme of the restaurant or everything. I'm not a big fan of that or anything like that. He goes, but my wife and I, we both like their buffalo chicken sandwich. He goes, hey, we got an excellent buffalo chicken. I'm not going to debate his taste. Yeah. Okay. That's just a statement of fact. He's like, so why don't we go to Hooters? And I'm like, okay, fine. Fine. So during the course of lunch, he says, how much do you know about this restaurant? And I said, very, very little, other than the fact that, if I have to ask the waitress not to drop her breasts into my food one more time, I'm going to be pissed.
One more time.
Yeah. It's like, hi, I'm Aubrey, and these are my tits. No, it's just like, no, go away. Just let me eat my food. But he goes, so apparently, and this is true, because I went and I looked it up and I verified it because I had to do that. Up until several years ago.
Or is this the waitresses who serve thing?
Yeah. Well, so the waitresses that work there, they get a employee discount on food. But up until a few years ago, the only item on the menu that they were allowed to get their employee discount on was a garden salad.
What?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. He said that. He said that, and I went, what? And he goes, yeah. He goes, that's true. And he goes, I have no idea how they got away with it. And I was sitting there thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. For a multitude of reasons.
It's part of a bigger problem, though.
Well, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but part of a much bigger problem. But but the truth of the matter is, I went and I took the that's fucked up portion of my brain. I pushed it to a side for the second. I went, well, an employee discount is not a guarantee. he's like, I can't believe that they were allowed to get away with it. I'm like, what? OSHA's not going to come in and say, no, you got to let these bitches eat whatever they want. No, they don't care. No, it's you can pretty much, if it's a perk, I mean, you have to pay them a wage, and you have to make sure they work in a safe environment and all that kind of stuff. But as far as employee discounts go, yeah, it's really fucked up.
So,
but there's nothing. I mean, but you can't argue the legality of them doing it.
So if there's
really,
if there's like a guy in the back who washes dishes, he's an employee. Can he only use his employee discount for a salad?
Yep, they at least applied the rule unilaterally.
Consistent.
They were at least consistent in, because that would have been discrimination, and that would have triggered a lawsuit.
Well, that's not okay. Sidestep here, because if we're talking about this, I actually know about this pretty well.
Okay.
The hostess or the servers that work at a Hooters are not waitresses. They were legally classified as not waitresses. They were wait staff who serve, or models who serve.
What?
That's
exactly right.
So
that they could eliminate hires that they did not think were attractive. Because for models, you can use visual appearance as a factor in deciding whether or not they are allowed to be hired. So if you were to have them just be waitresses, then that would be illegal. It would be hiring or firing based on someone's appearance. That's illegal. Yeah. And then they could be sued. So in order to bypass that, some really douchebaggy lawyer found a way that they could classify them as models who serve and not as waitresses. So if you're talking about salads being exclusionary on its own, maybe.
Yeah.
I still think that we all know what you're doing, but whether or not would side with me would be difficult.
Right.
When you take it in step with the models who serve practice, whose only purpose is to eliminate people that the people hiring wouldn't find attractive. There you go. Then now it's a slam dunk, I think.
So then if they're not categorized as waitresses, what kind of a wage do they get? Because I know that often wait staff are paid like $2 an hour because it's assumed that they're going to get tips. So then if they're not categorized as wait staff, do they get like...
I think they get a full minimum wage pay, plus they calculate tips, and they have to reclaim however much their tips were. That being said, oftentimes they don't claim the tips, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah. I think that if they were to try to take that legal principle of models who serve and take that to court, because of the places where they would likely have the case heard, would likely be able to get away with saying that the paid portion of the of job description could be the server part, and then they could get both the discrimination aspect and the pay aspect.
Yeah.
But employers generally have more power in those situations outside of a union.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, but I say all that to say
that would be an excellent union to be the union rep for. Let me just tell you. If you were going to be a union representative, you would want it to be for the Hooters union. I'm here with the local 44D, and we're here.
Actually, I believe there is a strip club up in LA that actually just unionized.
Wow. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, look, some unions.
So joking aside, they actually, they unionized.
The local breasts and butts number 69.
Some unions are clearly out of whack, but generally speaking, the people who are employers and hirers are the ones that have all the power, and so historically speaking, they get to choose who. They have more positions available, more people seeking the position, so all the power is in their hands. And so if they had their way without any regulation or union pushback, everyone would get being paid $1.14 an hour and have no health care.
Yeah.
So unions fight to get us,
Yeah.
I wasn't saying anything
basic
foul about them.
livables. Yeah.
So
If you don't want your butthole to implode, get a union.
All right.
Anyway,
Sorry, that was a huge.
Boy, we went from Rachel boiling butter to Hooters to legal procedure to the ethics of unions.
This is the quality content you get from your friends at Freelance Heroes.
So join the Patreon and get more.
Join the Patreon and get more legal precedent.
More of this stuff. Yeah.
Get the shit you don't hear in the episode.
Do you like tits and tort reform?
Oh, that would be an awesome name for a podcast now that I think about it.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's
sorry. The only reason I said it that way is because it was obviously ridiculous.
It was alliterative, and alliteration is funny. So anyway, so back to the game. Kaeviir has
a 25 perception.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you see a butthole.
It's because the cinnamon's on the outside and it's crunchy at the same time.
Sorry, I saw Rachel trying to take a drink, and I was like, I had to say butthole.
I always
just tell me you didn't go like
wrist.
back up through the nose.
I just want that. I want that isolated. I saw Rachel was about to take a drink, so I just had to say butthole. That is like the weirdest out of context phrase I've heard in months.
Oh man!
If it wasn't for that horse,
yeah. And my ear began to bleed.
All right. So as you step through, you step right onto the docks, and the sound hits you first. You can hear the sound of burning. You can hear the sound of waves crashing. You can hear the sound of pain in the cries. You can actually taste the metallic in the air.
I love the smell of sushi in the morning.
You can hear like the fire crackling. You can see the damaged buildings around you. You do hear some sounds of battle from deeper in the city. Not much anymore, actually.
Can he see the beacon of daylight that I have?
Adrie up there sitting like the Statue of Liberty all of a sudden.
So
this new lighthouse sucks.
Bring me your
and the darkest of night. The brightest. Okay. You see a giant
green lantern ducky?
Yeah.
Nice.
Bring me your tide, your pour, and your recently exploded.
I'll put them in my backpack.
You see the bright daylight up in the sky that's kind of shining through the darkness, the fog, and whatnot. Below it, you see a boat in smithereens, just blown 6 ways to Sunday. You see another boat on the dock, blown 6 ways to Thursday. You see a further vessel out in the ocean, and in the sky, you finally put your eyes on your ship, lowering itself down into the battlefield.
I'm going to yell, "Nuh-uh! No! Up!"
What, does it have voice command? Is it like Alexa now or something?
No, but they can hear me. They can hear me. Master Kaeviir says, "Back in the air."
How loud are you?
I'm saying it loud as shit.
You guys out in the sea can actually hear this.
No. Back in the fucking air.
The ship kind of stops, and Brendan looks over the side. You know, for a skeleton, you almost can see his eyes get big, but you can't. His jaw kind of just hangs open. You see him turn his head back to say something on deck, and then the beholder
Listen to me,
comes over
Ribcage. If that boat is not
over.
in the air, I'm
Run
coming
on a
up there and I'm
rope
going to start rearranging you.
You
You're
see
like a
3
fucking
eye stalks.
xylophone.
You see 3 eye stalks come over and look over the edge down. They zero in on Kaeviir. They zero in back on Adrie. They zero back on Kaeviir. Then the eye stalks turn to the skeleton. You see them like the skeleton talks from up top.
Then the
But
camera
the dark
cuts to
lady said,
yeah, the camera cuts to Rayne, and I've just got like Joker face, like just blood and like bits of viscera hanging out of my mouth. Going, did someone say something?
And you see the ship kind of begin to levitate back up into the sky.
"How are we supposed to get back on the ship?"
You yell at the dude on the land.
Brendan. Very disappointed.
You are not part of the command structure of this boat.
told you abandoned your ship.
Abandoned is a funny term for delivered you guys to exactly where you wanted to be.
You see Kaeviir standing on the deck with a full-plated female elf, blonde hair, standing next to him. You recognize immediately.
I still have waterwork on. I start sprinting across the water towards them.
I'm like, hey, check this out. Watch. She looks like one of those lizards. Slap, 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 slap.
There's a bag of kobold just like bouncing around on her back.
It's like, where's a scroll of counterspell when you need one? It'd be funny just to.
All right.
Well, this has been fun. You're here.
No, you're not finished yet. We have a little bit more to do.
The hell?
Yep.
You said get you here. You got you here.
I was going to fly you back, correct? Yeah.
She's kind of like, yeah.
We're not finished. Also, I want to clarify. This one's going to be a little weird, this interaction here. Just try to ignore it. Fair?
Like,
she means well. She's a little,
like,
I'm gonna look at her like she's a little, kind of.
Is that Kestrel?
It is.
Talmakos would not shut up about her. All right. Who?
Adrie.
Who's Adrie?
But who really is Adrie? That's a good question. Adrie's just this girl,
Kestrel. That's Kestrel the Monster Hunter.
This is a long run.
Yeah. You reached there.
Okay.
I'm sorry, were you not with everyone else for a moment and you were having a moment?
Chariots of fire is just playing in the background. Dun 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 dun. Charging across the water.
Adrie's gonna sort of like dig her heels into the ground and sort of like skid to a halt at pretty much like the last minute. Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hey, Adrie.
Nice
to see you again.
Awkward.
This is my assistant.
Cereal.
Cereal, yeah. Sorry, I was literally about to say pudding. I remember it was like some sort of like wet breakfast thing.
This here's
pudding
oatmeal.
is a breakfast.
It is.
It's for these.
Adrie, this is my my temporary assistant. She works for me. And I want to say, Lady Cereal. Sorrel.
He's like, and you must be Kestrel.
A lot of people here call me that. Are you're gonna be traveling with us?
Long enough to get back to where I was. Job's done. He's here.
Where are any of us really?
And he keeps saying weird shit like that.
He says a lot of stuff. You should see the boat. It's very. I mean, how
the boat's in pieces. She
but
puts the water.
The flying boat.
She looks up. Yeah, that's not gonna be fun.
It's not that bad.
I've got to go find my other employee to make sure that he's still alive. Do
you? A lot of your employees die often?
Oh, he cares.
Sometimes.
This entire conversation, Adrie has not stopped looking at her mother. Like, even when she responds to Kaeviir, she does not look at him.
You're welcome, I guess.
You want a painting? It'll last longer.
It'll take longer. I need a temporary side mission from you, if you don't mind. It's simple. It'll be outfitting the ship essentially before we can leave and get you back to where you need to go. If you could stick with Adrie, I know it's a little aggressive out here right now, and I would prefer not to leave anyone on their own. Pairs would be better. So I'm gonna go find the other captain. You guys hang back, maybe get to know each other a little bit.
He's on the boat that's on fire and in pieces.
Of course he is.
All right.
I'm gonna walk over to the dock, and as I'm walking over, I'm like, "You guys play nice, all right?"
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are you doing out there on the boat? It's on fire, motherfucker! Get off the boat!
Fucking humans.
You get used to them. I mean, they.
No, you don't. They live. they live so short. You can't.
Well, I think that's why that they are how they are. Is because they sort of burn very bright. You know.
Like weeds.
Everyone in this interaction knows that I'm older than them, and they still act like I'm not. Isn't that
What's
weird?
the deal with this sleeping?
Every time it's just crazy. It's like, this is inconvenient for my argument, so I'll ignore it. All right, well, enjoy your mom combo.
Thank you.
So he says he needs supplies.
Yeah, we should probably
let's go find something to kill and take it.
Well, we probably don't have to kill anyone to take their
stuff.
We're
definitely gonna have to kill something. He's talked too much. I need to kill something.
Well, maybe we can, the Kargat are around. Maybe we can take some of their stuff.
She reaches in and throws you her Kagrat kind of badge.
Or not. It's a joke.
Aslan's dead. I don't give a shit.
Oof.
Can't protect a guy that's dead. Or gone or whatever the fuck happened to him. So if you want it though, it'll get you past one of the doors in the castle. Good luck surviving it though.
I will pick it up and take. Have you been in the castle?
It's where I used to live. I
You
was
lived?
his bodyguard.
You're Aslan's bodyguard?
Mm-hmm.
For how long?
127 years. That's how they say it here. Would you like some of my hand spaghetti?
It hasn't been a decade, but no, it's been a few years. So it's been a few years.
Adrie will ask her about the castle while they're sort of looking for some supplies to get, hopefully distracting her from attacking anyone innocent to take their stuff.
She goes through the castle and the different levels and just kind of mildly, she's not going into full detail about the castle and the different levels.
Yeah.
The 2 sub dungeons, the tower's like 500 feet up, kind of, which I do have a full map. Yeah. So, no, I didn't design that. Fuck that shit. I went hunted for that motherfucker. Fuck trying to design that thing's bigger than fucking Strahd's castle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's not a fucking joke. Second edition had a full fucking adventure just going through it. It picked up after the original Curse of Strahd, and it picked up a level 11 and continued on, and you went into fucking Aslan's castle.
Oh wow.
There are a bunch of second edition things about this area.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if y'all try to head into Castle Avernus, you're gonna hit a loading screen that's gonna take 2 weeks. So As that conversation's going, we're gonna switch back to Crazy and Captain.
So what's going on?
Hang on, I got my mouth full. Hang on. Well, you got back here quick.
I did.
You missed all the fun.
Oh, yeah, it looked like a blast out here.
Well, that's kind of the operative word. Yeah, it got a little out of hand, but
where's Hawks? No, I'm kidding. I could smell him in the backpack. I assume something went wrong.
He got caught in a crossfire.
You'll get caught up in the crossfire.
Yeah.
We're in the eternity wascape where children battle to the death for supremacy of the lightning grid. You could just edit that out, but I do want to keep that. If we could just put some music behind it, like some intense music,
80s synthesizer music.
Yeah, just pretty much anything from Simulation Theory by Muse would be fine.
Yeah. I hold up what's left of Draga's heart. The journey might have been a little messy, but we got to the destination, as you can see. Your boat's fine.
Yeah.
So no worries there. My boat is less than fine. But
it was already not as good.
Well, that's a matter of opinion. And
is it? Mine's flying. Yours is sinking. And at best, yours was not sinking. Which is less good than flying.
Welcome back.
Distance, you still see the Vengeance floating nicely.
Yeah. You know, I generally kind of have a rule, number 9 to be exact, you don't steal from pirates, but I think in this case, rules are made to be broken.
Don't steal from pirates.
Yeah.
What?
It's a long, complicated story. Anyway, I guess I am getting a bit of an upgrade. I point out to the, what's it called again?
Oh shit, La Anastria.
No, not your boat.
Oh,
that boat out there.
Vengeance.
You mean the Sea Bitch Mark II? Yes, that's the one.
Does that one fly?
No, but
then you lost me. I don't. Okay.
Look, You said last time I tried to call that a boat, I got corrected on it. So what is it exactly? Because boats are meant to be on the water. Okay, well then you have an airship and I have a boat, and those are two completely different things.
True or false? Mine can fly. Yours can fly. True
false,
for me.
But my boat's not designed to fly. Your airship
but mine
is.
Can float as well, correct?
Well, I didn't want a boat that flew. If I'd known that was an option, or if I'd wanted to, I probably could have figured it out. I wanted my boat on the water. Or in the water, as the case may be.
Or under the water, as it is now.
Well, no, my boat's out over there, floating quite nicely. Thank you very much. Anyway, what did you find out while you were gone? As I licked the blood from my fingers.
Found Adrie's mom, returned her. Got a map to her dad that lets her track the location of her mom. He's off getting the book to free her mind.
Huh?
The rest will follow.
Okay. Well, that sounds fruitful. Wait a minute. Are the two of them together right now?
Yeah. Over there.
And Adrie's not freaking out about the fact that
she's completely gone batshit.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that's not going to be awkward.
It will be. It will be.
How did you convince her to come along? Oh, never mind. I should probably already know the answer to that question. There's a contract.
If I didn't want you in pants, I could talk you out of them in 2 minutes.
Ayo?
Just making the point.
Didn't realize that was one of my employee perks that I got for working at the professional.
I'm just saying that when we walk into a building and the guards frisk me and take my weaponry, I'm just as dangerous as I was before.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna argue with you against that, but okay.
Did you get your captain?
Well, yeah. Here's what's left of him.
Let's see.
I just
Corpse on the floor, missing a heart.
Yeah, I hold up the lower aorta. You know what? It's at that point that I realized that maybe I should try to make sure that actually did what it was supposed to do, because otherwise I'm gonna. Well, I would say I'd have egg on my face, but I'll just have shark on my face. If I consciously try to turn into a wereshark, what happens?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, that's good. I just realized I painted myself into a corner because I consciously tried to do it. That does not rule out the fact that it might not happen on its own. Okay. That's at least better. If I can't force it, then...
Do you have no control over it? That's better.
Well, I'm going to assume that it's gone. This was supposed to work.
We established in the first campaign that if you take out the original lycanthrope that inflicted, then the curse goes away to the ones that was inflicted by them.
Okay.
Right. There is a sort of a question here though about whether or not they're dead to the point of dead or just dead a little bit. So do you have their head? That tends to be a pretty good marker.
Well, yeah.
He has the heart.
Part of it. Most of it's in my digestive system at the moment.
I'd really prefer a head. Do you think you could hop back in there and take a look? Oh, wait, you're not a shark anymore.
I just reached down and pick him up by his hair. You mean this? This is what you want a head?
Yes, please. And I'm just going to take a dagger, just have it slide out of my coat pocket. Start hacking away, like, as a matter of factly.
I would have expected it to be a little bit more elegant than that, but okay.
Well, I mean, it's wet.
Now, kind of looking at the two of you, you holding the head, him just blood going. Over in the distance, two elves are kind of just dumbfounded, looking like, "What the living fuck?" Adrie or Cass, you have weird friends.
Yes, but they're good friends.
Mm-hmm. You guys in the order.
I've got a head jar we can put this in.
You have jars specifically for heads?
I have jars specifically sized for all sorts of things, but in particular heads that we want to make sure are removed from the rest of them. It's a good way to control, the rebirth cycle, which we've been having some trouble with.
Well, wait, with rebirth. Wait, you're going to reanimate him?
No, we would prefer he not be reanimated, but oftentimes when they try to do that, if you don't have a head, it throws a wrench in the system. So we try to keep possession of the heads. Also, they have their face attached to them oftentimes. So by looking at that, you don't even have to label it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it saves time.
You're not the first player I've had that has collected heads, so I don't bring shit back from the dead.
It's a smart move.
I think I have a problem.
But I mean,
have a problem as a DM.
When we're dealing with mirror verses, though, you're still gonna have to label the heads.
And professionals. 100%. Professionals have a whole different set of rules. But for the standard head possessing monster, this works pretty good.
So you're just going to store.
It's not a rule of thumb. It's a rule of head.
So you're just going to store the head in the jar on the boat?
Yeah. Okay. Fill it with a saline solution and prevent it from decomposing.
Okay. Do you have to put any tubes into it?
I have a series of tubes. You know what? I should do more research on the tubes, but I do have one in the lab that I use to send documents up and down. All of my costumes I keep in glass tubes. I guess everything's really a tube when you think about it. I never thought about that before. That's insightful.
Life is a series of tubes.
What is a person but a series of tubes connected from the mouth hole to the sphincter?
Gross. That reminds
Every finger
me.
is just a closed-ended tube. Every foot is a tube that breaks into smaller
Did I
tubes
break
towards the
Kaeviir?
end. As a matter of fact, all life begins from a tube.
Yes. All right. Well, I think mission accomplished here. Do I see any of my crew floating around or hopefully still alive?
Are you asking me?
Do that is okay. Those are the papers on the ship.
What are you doing with the rest of your crew? The loyalists.
Well, I mean,
your loyalist, not loyalist to the other guy.
No. No, they're all gone.
The Gunner brothers are hurt and they need time to heal. Splinter needs time to heal. But
as they cut off a piece of his ear.
Sorry. Stroud, Milford.
Excuse me.
He
pulls his mask off.
Stroud's been working as a scullery maid this whole time.
I would have gotten away from it too if it wasn't for you damn sharks.
Lyndhurst and Bridger are all functioning. So.
Well, that's good. I'll gather their attention. See if I can at least get Lyndhurst over.
I was thinking the other day somebody had referenced Lyndhurst as Lindy, and I was like, oof, that sounds bad because of the knowledge now of Lindbergh, right?
Yeah.
So then it was like, so we should just call him Hurst, and I was like, oof,
that's not good better.
Yeah. So, we're just gonna call him LH.
All right, we're gonna call him Breeden, the boatswain.
Yeah.
Breeden comes over. He's like, Captain, you called?
Yeah.
What can we do?
Well, go ahead and get everybody on board Draga's ship. I mean, my ship.
I kill anyone left?
Give them an option. They want to remain loyal. I kind of hold up what's left of the heart and go, I don't think we have to worry about any of them being any more of a problem than your normal average everyday privateer.
No.
But give them a choice. They can sail under me and that'll be fine, or not. And then I'll let you figure out what to do from there.
Aye. All right, boys, we're taking the vengeance.
Sea bitch, Mark.
Sea bitch, too.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh no, it's
boys,
okay.
To the sea bitch too.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism. We really appreciate you coming in and listening. We also really appreciate all the people who support our Patreon. By supporting the Patreon, you're going to get behind the scene uncut clips that you'll get to see sort of like maybe the tissue behind some of the edited, cleaned up content. And you'll get that whenever we have a big block of it to drop, as well as any updates or any information behind the scenes stuff that we think the Patreons would like to know. So if you'd like to support our Patreon and help us continue making the high quality, high octane podcast that you've come to expect, go ahead to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you. And as usual, the invoice is in the mail.
Did you level up?
I'm in process.
Okay. All good, bro. All good. All
I'm in
good.
process now. Sorry.
Okay. That's
All
okay.
good. No sweat. Nate is too.
Yeah, it's not super hard. I don't have a whole lot of options right now.
I already did the homework.
Yeah, Rachel's so cool.
Nerd.
In all fairness, if I'd have been on the PC for literally any reason today, I would have done it too.
Yeah.
Um,
I also just based on like how I've multi-classed, all that I got was more hit points and a feat that I've been planning to get since I made Adrie. So
right
it
on.
was very easy for me to level up.